Hi there, best wishes for Ramadan. We're living in most extraordinary times, aren't we? I guess none of us can remember anything quite like it. I'm aware it's a lot tougher for some people than it is for others. For me, not too bad really. I've got space, I'm not ill, I have my family with me, and I'm not having to worry about a lot of high energy kids with nowhere to let off steam. Not so easy for a lot of other people. And we all know, of course, that out there's a disease, and it's a disease that has the capacity to make people very ill, and for some people it's fatal, and it's highly infectious as well. Now, though individually the chances of us dying from it is actually very low, one thing it does do is bring to the fore something which we're all quite happy to put in the back of our minds most of the time, which is our own mortality. But we can't ignore that when every day we're seeing this terrible death toll mount up. Now, I'm a humanist, so I think when I'm dead I'll be in exactly the same state as I was for the billions of years before I was conceived, that is, not existing. And I know, of course, that most people listening to this won't share that view. But one thing we can agree on is that this time can make us more aware of the value of the life that we have, and the fact that we can all take some responsibility for making the most of it. There are lots of aspects to that, of course. We might not be able to spend long outside, but we can look out the window, and the world is a fantastic place. It's in colour, it's in 3D. The birds are singing, and there's not so much traffic noise to drown them out. And the sun's shining at the moment. And we can also appreciate, and maybe have a bit more time to appreciate, the wonders of the creativity of our fellow humans. We can read more. In my case, I listen to a lot more music. But there's one area, of course, which I think enriches beyond anything else, which is our relationships with other people. And that's not only our close relationships with our family and our close friends. I'm very lucky, I've got some very good close friends. But it's also the more superficial ones. It's the person in the corner shop that we only see every other day normally, or the neighbour that we smile to as we pass them in the street. The fact that we don't pass them in the street so often now does make you appreciate that those nods and smiles actually do have some value. Now, there's one area though where I'm realising that I'm actually rather poor, and that is I'm very bad at picking up the phone and talking to people that I haven't spoken to for a long time. And in this period, of course, I know that some of those people are on their own and could probably do with a phone call from somebody. Not necessarily me, but there you go. Something's making me not do that. I procrastinate. I'm a specialist at procrastination, but I've made a resolution that I'm going to try and improve on that and make those calls, particularly during the remainder of this lockdown period. And there are some good things coming out of this. I don't know about you, but we're much better connected with our neighbours at the moment, whether it's through the clap for the NHS or through the very active local WhatsApp groups that have sprung up. And that's a good thing, that feels good. And I think we're also more aware of the things we share collectively as a wider community. The NHS is the obvious example of that, but it's also appreciation of all the people that do stuff for us that we normally just take no notice of. That's not only the doctors and nurses, of course they're very important, it's the people that collect the bins and deliver the post and do all those other things and keep the supply chain going that ensures that we've got food to go and buy when we need it. I hope that that sense is something that can outlast the current crisis. And I think that will make the country a better place if it does. Anyway, I'm going to finish on something that you might think is a slightly inappropriate topic, but a quote about happiness. And it's from an American 19th century humanist called Robert Greene Ingersoll. And what he said was this: "Happiness is the only good. The time to be happy is now. The place to be happy is here. And the way to be happy is to make others so." I do hope you take care.